Good evening, all the participants. Please acknowledge if audio and video is fine by dropping yes in the comment box. Thank you, Mr. Ankit. Thank you, Mr. Nikhil, for acknowledging the same. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to one and all present here to this event and session organized by A to Z Academy. We are delighted to have you here as we dive in the exciting topic of acknowledging AI power in Google Sheets for professionals and business growth. In today's fast-paced world, harnessing the power of data is crucial for success in any field, and AI is one of the most widely used and versatile tools for data management and analyzing in Google Sheets. With the evidence of artificial intelligence, AI, we have witnessed a paradigm shift in how we can leverage AI in Google Sheets to take our data and capabilities to the next level. Artificial intelligence, AI, आजकल हर जगह सिर्फ AI है, AI क्या है, AI, लेकिन AI क्या है पता सबको है, बोलते सब है, लेकिन पहचान नहीं पाते. कोई बोलता है AI एक ह्यूमन मेड है जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग, लर्निंग एंड थिंकिंग एंड कैपेबिलिटीज पे काम करता है, तो कोई बोलता है AI इज अ लिविंग एंड कॉन्शियस. फिर ख्याल आता है कि AI कैन टेक अवे योर जॉब्स, कि मैन मैनेजमेंट कितनी कम हो जाएगी और AI क्या हमारी जॉब तो नहीं ले जाएगा, क्योंकि अब जो ये हो रहा है आज से पहले कभी नहीं हुआ. इस एरा में ये बहुत एक नई चीज आई है. इवन आई एम क्यूरियस टू नो कि AI है क्या. इस पार्ट को समझाने के लिए आज हमारे साथ बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं. Without any further delay, let me introduce to our esteemed keynote speaker for today, Mr. Nitin Jain, the co-founder and CEO of business. Nitin Jain is an accomplished entrepreneur and a business leader who has made significant contributions to startup economic system in India. After graduating from IIT Delhi with a silver medal in computer science, Nitin turned down lucrative job offers from consulting firms and banks to pursue his interest in finance in RBS London. Over the course of 7 years tenure, RBS, Nitin sir rose through the ranks to become VP and analyst in less than 2 years. During this time, he completed his CFA charter. In 2015, Nitin sir returned to India to pursue his entrepreneurial ambitions to co-founding of business. This disruptive startup has revolutionized all materials, supply chains, and financing from SMEs across 30 years supply chain. Of business has grown into $6 billion startup investments from SoftBank, Tiger Global, and Felcom, among others. Nitin sir's passion for accumulating business after lead to create successful ventures in steel, financing, polymer, and agribusiness, each of which has generated millions of dollars in top-line revenues. He is also an ardent advocate of artificial intelligence and technology and is focused on leveraging these tools to disrupt challenges B2B sector. As a seasoned business leader and an entrepreneur, Nitin sir is a sought-after speaker and thought leader, and his insights into the startup ecosystem and business strategy are highly valued by industry professionals. His dedication to innovation and entrepreneurship has made a role model for inspiring entrepreneurs and business leaders. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah, Soumya, Nitin ji has to join within 2-3 minutes. He's joining, so you may carry on. And I would also like to interact with the audience today. So first, you finish your introduction part, then I will take over. And then Nitinji would be joining within 5 minutes.
Sure, sir. Our second speaker, distinguished speaker is Advocate CA Bimal Jain. Sir is a qualified FCA, FCS, and a business and a lawyer with 24 years of experience in indirect taxation, GST, service tax, excise, customs, VAT, CST, FTP, DGFT matters. Sir is the founder of A to Z Tax Corp LLP, a boutique law firm. Sir is a chairman of Indirect Tax Committee of PhD Chamber of Commerce, Corporate Advisory Committee of IPEM Groups of Institution, a member of Indirect Tax Committee of FSI and SOCHM, special invitee of the Indirect Tax Committee of ICAI, and a member of eminent faculties in Indirect Tax Committee of the Confederation of Indian Industry name ICAI, ICMA, ICSI, CII, PhD Chamber of Commerce. Sir was the keynote speaker at Guinness World Record made by ICSI in largest taxation lesson on GST attended by 45,000 plus participants, breaking the earlier records of Japan. Sir is also awarded the Best Code Facilitator in 2022 by TIOL, Best Participant Award in MSIP, 117th batch by ICSI, Business Leader Award by Amity School Noida, Best Speaker Award by NIRC, ICAI, ICMA, and Young Achievers Award at Igniting Minds 2015, and many more. Sir is also an author of a book, GST titled GST Law and Commentary with Analysis and Procedure, 8th edition, May 2023. With this, I hand over to you, sir. I welcome you, sir.
Nitinji, good evening to you. And Soumya was.
I was late. I was stuck in traffic for about 1 hour on NH8. It was unfortunate.
I understand, and it's a pity situation in Delhi nowadays.
Yes.
But nevertheless, Soumya was giving introduction, and she has run through your brief profile, mesmerizing profile, that you left the job, started your own wisdom and practice, and this AI, which is the new word for all tax professionals today. A lot of chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary, and lawyers are attending today, because I got fan followings from my tax professionals. So they are joining today. So we are going to interplay. You are going to talk about AI and Google Sheet, how tax professional can use this AI and Google Sheet in their daily life and can improvise, leverage the advantage of Google Sheet. So without taking much time, you can first make the presentation. And of course, after your presentation, I'm going to talk about 15 minutes for what are the advanced AI and data analytics is being introduced in GST, and how government is working on those parameters, which is giving them increased revenue, and taxpayer base is also expanding day by day. So I will touch base all these pointers after your presentation, but you can take it forward. And my request to all tax professionals, Nitinji is known in the market. He's one of the master. He knows a lot of things at advanced level, but I requested him that he can start with the basic and then take it to the advanced level, so that we can understand the importance of advanced AI, which we are talking about, data analytics, and many technical terms, and why we need to bring and incorporate all these, specialization, these features, these techniques in our daily life, because it is going to improvise our own working with lesser of time, minimum cost, and less of human and manual hours as we normally devote. So handing over to Nitinji to take it forward.
Thank you, Bimalji, and thank you for the kind introduction. To everyone, I am very, very humbled that you chose me to present to all of you. So I don't have a presentation, but I'll show you some working examples. And क्योंकि and Hindi में बात करना okay है? Hindi, English? I think it should be okay, right?
You can mix both things together.
Yeah. Okay. So I think a couple of people are saying Hindi, couple of people are saying English. So I will mix and match. So I will stick to English as much as possible, because that's a language that everyone understands. So I think in this day and age, what we need to understand is that, okay, Hindi ka kafi request aa raha hai. So
Nitin bhai, you can use mix of both together. So we got mixed audience. Let it be benefited to both the
so,
audience.
what has happened is that we are all under pressure to increase profitability. Aapne startup world mein dekha hi hoga, and generally companies are under pressure. So what is happening is that, AI, जो लोग AI को incorporate कर रहे हैं, those people, those who are incorporating AI in their daily businesses, they are able to reduce their OPEX and their manpower costs so substantially, it is not even, funny. So in my team, I am a big advocate of AI, and I run a team of only 10 people doing the job in a normal company where normally 60 people would be employed to do that particular job, right? In our company, we do all underwriting decisions based on AI. We do all price predictions based on AI. We have historical prices of all the commodities. We deal in approximately 500 commodities across India. So we have pricing coming in. We have price analysis going through AI. We have prediction modeling coming from AI. So we have a lot of stuff which is going through AI. Now, obviously, I'm not going to share my proprietary data, but I'm going to work with a little bit of public data to show you, how I'm sort of handling this, and I'll give you some use cases and examples so that all the CAs, etc., can incorporate this, right? So what I've done is I'll share my screen with your permission. Can you enable screen sharing, please? It's disabled for me.
It is disabled for you? No,
Yes.
no. It is not enabled for you. Just allow me.
Yes. I'm sorry if my voice is low. Is it better now?
No, it's going fine. It's going fine.
Okay, great. Is it enabled now? No,
I
it's not
think it is.
enabled, is it?
It is not enabled. Just
No.
wait. My team must be doing from the back end.
No worries. No worries. That's okay. I mean, the admin just needs to allow me permission to share.
I understand. Yeah.
The AI, I'll talk a little bit more AI. AI has become so advanced that you can analyze any data that you want. Yes, I've got the screen sharing now, and I will share my entire desktop. I hope my entire desktop is visible. If it's not visible, just let me know.
Yes.
So, AI has gotten so advanced right now. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you certain, 3 tech stocks in the US and 3 auto stocks in the US. So it's Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Ford, and GM, right? So what I did was I asked ChatGPT to write me a function in Python. Now, I'm not going to go into that because that will become very, very complicated. So I don't want to complicate to the audience. I asked them to write me a code in Python and generate all the data from July 22 to July 23. So 1 year of data of all the closing prices of Apple stock, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Ford, and GM stocks, right? And now most of the CA community members that are there, they would be trading in stocks, right? Most of them would have their own portfolio or managing a certain portfolio for the clients or analyzing the portfolio, their existing portfolio, or just analyzing client data. It can be any data. I'm just giving you an example for stock data. So what I did was I just saved it in Excel, right? That's all I did. This is normal Microsoft Excel. Then what I did was that I went on the internet to ChatGPT, right? I'm assuming that all of you are familiar with ChatGPT. If you're not, you should be familiar because this is the absolute amazing thing what has happened since November of 2022, and it's gotten so advanced. It is really, really, really advanced at the moment. So all of you should try. So how do you access it? You go to Google and you say ChatGPT. And you click on the second link over here. So it'll bring you to this page, or it'll ask you to sign up, etc., etc. So you can sign up. You can just sign up. If you're having problems, connect with me on LinkedIn. I will assist you in signing up and so on and so forth. But it's a very simple sign up. I have got the premium version where I pay $20 per month. $20 per month is about 1,600 rupees a month, or 1,800 rupees if you include GST, etc. as well, and the 20% TDS that the government has introduced. So, what I've done is then I go to GPT-4, which is your GPT-4 model, and I go to code interpreter. Now, what code interpreter has suddenly done is that it allows you to input your Excel files and ask questions in English. That is the best part, right? So I did this. I went to GPT-4. I selected my model only if you are a paid member. I went to code interpreter and I selected code interpreter over here. Now I can upload my Excel file and ask questions. So let's say I upload my Excel file, right? My Excel file is called stock data. And I say, I tell GPT-4, please analyze this Excel file for me. It has stock details for 1 year. Give me detailed analysis of the same. You see how wonderful this is, that this is going to give you step-by-step working only by writing in English, right? So it's going to give you some Python code, which you can ignore because this becomes significantly advanced because you need to know coding, etc. I'm a computer science engineer, so I understand all of this. For the others, it'll be very difficult for you to understand. But if you see here, the answers that it is giving is in English. It is saying that the Excel sheet, I've not specified anything. I just asked it to analyze the data which contains stocks. So you can have portfolio data there. You can have client details, client financials over there. You can ask it to analyze. You can give clients detailed reports about their financials, what can be improved, what can't be improved. So this does all of that. So if you go here, it says first it interprets. It says the first column appears to be the date, and the following columns represent the closing prices of the mentioned stocks on the respective dates. Then what it does is that it calculates the statistics for each of the stocks, where it calculates the mean, median, min, max, and the standard deviation. Now, I'm not going to go into each of these because I will not go into the technical sort of, the financial details. You can always, prompt, and you can always write in English or Hindi and ask it to explain. So it does this for all the stocks. And now then it says, okay, let's calculate the performance of each stock over the period. So then it says that, okay, the total return given by Apple, let's say for that particular period, is 27%. Annualized return given is 27%, obviously because annual and total return would be approximately the same because it's a 1-year data. It gives you Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Ford, and General Motors. Then it says that, okay, fine, calculate the correlation between the stocks. So it also calculates the correlation between the stocks immediately. It says that Apple correlation with Microsoft is about 0.73. Apple correlation with General Motors is about 0.51. Ford correlation with Microsoft is about 0.44. So, it calculates all these correlations and it gives you observations that there is high correlation observed between Ford and General Motors, and also suggests that, these are automotive industries and so on and so forth. It gives you a lot of analysis. And then what it does is that it gives you a chart automatically. I've not asked it to give me a chart, but it automatically does this. It automatically gives me a chart. You're able to analyze it so much better. You don't have to do too much. Just one line of English gives you all this information. And then it says observations that Microsoft shows an upward trend throughout the year, which aligns with its high totals and annualized returns. Apple shows a general upward trend. You can add more information and analyze it further. And then, you can say that, okay, now give me even more detailed analysis. And what stocks would you recommend basis the information you have? And make me a hypothetical portfolio using these stocks. No, so this is the power. I mean, I'm telling you, if you're not using this, you are missing out, and someone else would be really, really going forward and ahead with this AI and would be really, making headway. Like we at Off Business, we are really making a headway and in using all of this. So, so here it's saying that as AI, I don't provide personal investment advice, which is okay, but it says that it can create an hypothetical portfolio based on various factors such as past performance and volatility. And it says, let's calculate the volatility and Sharpe ratio and a risk-free return of choice. So you can ask it to assume a risk-free return and say that, okay, only analyze, give me stocks which have a greater return versus risk ratio, a Sharpe ratio of certain amount, and so on and so forth. So it's going to analyze all the volatility, annualized return, Sharpe ratios for you, and then it's going to make you a hypothetical portfolio. So, this will really make your daily life easy where you're doing a lot of manual analysis. And this will allow you to really automate a lot of things that you're doing by just simply typing in English. So you don't have to do too many codings, too many Excel sheets, and so on and so forth. You just have to create a basic Excel sheet, upload it. And this use case can be done for client, as I mentioned to you, for client balance sheets. You can input multiple tabs, multiple information, and this will automatically, analyze and interpret all the information automatically. That is the best part. You don't have to give it too much information, and you don't have to tell it too much. So, so here it's a hypothetical portfolio. It calculated this hypothetical portfolio. It says that, okay, you should have Apple 25%, Microsoft 30%, Google 8.6%, and so on and so forth. So, it also says that investing more in Microsoft and Apple, as they have the highest Sharpe ratios, and it'll give you better risk adjusted returns. So now all of us, given being from the CA community, we all know what risk adjusted returns, etc. are. So, so this is the power of AI. And, in my earlier, so I was just preparing, for this. I'll show you other things that it managed to do for me. So it managed to, also create heat maps, right? So correlation heat maps of daily returns. It managed to do this. It managed to create distribution of daily returns for me, right? So it managed to do all of this for me by just typing in simple English, and it gave me a detailed analysis. So, I just wrote very simple stuff to it. It says that analyze the stock data, tickers as given, and also gave me great insights on the stock. So, I'll pause for a couple of minutes. I'll take questions on this if people want to understand a little bit more on this. So, okay. So one question is that, it has data up till 2021. Absolutely right. But the Excel sheet you can upload can be of latest information, latest stock prices. It'll analyze the latest stock prices basis the information in the Excel sheet only. Remember this. Remember this. So this is very, very, very important. Now, what I'll pause for a couple of seconds. Bimalji, in case there are questions, I'm happy to sort of take them. So someone is asking where the code interpreter button is. So Shweta ma'am, you can just literally go to ChatGPT. Actually, I'll log out and log in and show you once again. So let me do that. It'll be easier. So let me log in. I'll show you. So I have a Google login. I have an account, my personal email account that I use. And it takes me to this particular sheet, right? And then right at the top, there are two buttons. One is ChatGPT 3.5. 3.5 is an older model. And GPT-4 is a newer model. And code interpreter is here. Code interpreter allows you to, in fact, even upload your basic images. It can also upload images and give you insights basis that. It can do OCR on its own. Devji is asking, can multiple Excel files be uploaded for analysis? The answer is no. You'll have to, if you're using GPT-4 for code interpreter, one Excel file can be uploaded, but multiple tabs can be there in the Excel file. That can be there. There is no problem. But if you'll use Cloud 2, CLAUDE, which becomes even more, it's a large language model from Anthropic, but it's only available in the US and UK, soon to be launched in India. That can accept multiple Excel files, and it can be used accordingly. Akashji is saying that, is it paid or free? Akashji, I pay $20 a month, but trust me, every penny is worth it, and it's not a large amount of money. It's only 1,800 rupees a month, and the amount of time I save is not even funny. I can do work worth 7 to 8 people alone just because I use the power of GPT. I've automated everything from my Google Sheets to my Excel to my analysis to everything. I have automated everything. Now, can it give me code judgment analysis? Absolutely, Bhaiya Reddy ji. It can give you code judgment analysis as well. So if you upload the code judgment, it can you can ask it to summarize the PDF. It'll be able to do that as well. So you can do a lot of things on this. It can work on a lot of this. Okay. So Harsana Modi ji, it does not take care of data security. Let me put it that way. You should not be putting in confidential data in this, because this gets logged into public domain. Although it's difficult for public to access it directly, but indirectly it's possible. So let's do not, my advice would be, if you have very confidential data, do not upload it here. There are other models which take care of it, but they are very difficult and you need a lot of tech person to make sure that, your modeling is sort of only your data is being protected, and so on and so forth, right? So you can put any PDF, any Word files of any court judgment, ask it to analyze. Absolutely, it can be done. You can even put in balance sheets and ask it to analyze. Absolutely, it can be done. Can it provide you historical data of shares for 10 to 15 years? No, but you can do it using Google Sheets, right? You can just use Google Finance for that, or Yahoo Finance for that. That's not difficult. Just go to YouTube and ask YouTube to give you a tutorial where you can download historical data of any stock in Google Sheets. It can do that. So as just letting you know how I managed to create this within a matter of seconds, I wrote a Python code. I gave it a few parameters of tech stocks and auto stocks. I put in a few date parameters here, and it gave me an Excel file with all the data. So I am good at coding. So I know a lot of coding. So it's easy for me, but it may not be easy for everyone. So let's say I want 21 to, let's say I want last 10 years data, right? Let's say, so I will just amend this Python code for the last 10 years data. And I will just run this Python code. Right? So it'll take a little bit of time, but then it will give you last 10 years data, right? But this is Python. So you don't need AI to generate historical data because it's not generative in nature. It's not analysis in nature, just facts. Why would you want to use AI for facts? You would need it for analysis, for summarization, and so on and so forth. So I'll show you the last 10 years data. So it will open. Just give me 1 second. Let's change the name so that we are not confusing anymore. Okay. There you go. It's given me last 10 years data of all Apple, Microsoft, GM, and so on and so forth. So you can see it gives you brilliant data. So now, can it make stock algorithms also? Yes, it can make stock algorithms where you can use GPT to do that. It can accept all Excel, PDFs, and so on and so forth. You can upload PDF documents and so on and so forth. Can it make PPT? The answer is no, but there are other tools out there that help you make a PPT. Now we're going into generative AI, but not going into Google Sheets. But, so all this can be really, really used and transformed. You will change the way you do business. You will change the way you deal with your clients, because for my clients want a lot of data, like, we deal in wheat and steel and so on and so forth. So they want a lot of data, like, tell me the steel performance in the past 1 year, and I want some analysis around it. So we generate reports basis AI and send it to them. They think that we're doing immense amount of work, but honestly, it's all about coding. It's all about giving the right prompts to the AI and generating a fantastic output. Can it generate draft letters to government agencies? 100% it can. That is the most basic thing AI can be used, right? So you can analyze a balance sheet. Absolutely, you can analyze the balance sheet, but ChatGPT would store your balance sheet information. So yes, there would be data risk leakage. So it's important that you don't upload any confidential data. So I would not advise you to do so. Now, I move on to a little bit more. I'll move on to the next part because I just have 15 minutes more. So we don't have too much time. And we can come back to this later. So Shweta ji, you can always, you can always ask GPT a lot of questions, experiment and ask it to make a stock algo for you, basis the data that you give it. And also give it some certain prompts that my risk appetite is this much. I want, give it a basic few prompts and a basic few algorithm parameters, and it'll develop an algo for you. Absolutely, it can develop an algo for you. It can develop a Python algo for you. It can develop JavaScript algo for you. It can develop a Google Sheet algo for you. It can develop in any language you want it to. I use it for a lot of these things, by the way. So I have a large portfolio. I monitor my portfolio using this. So I'm not worried. I mean, even if others know about my portfolio, they won't know my name because I'm not inputting my name anywhere. So it doesn't really matter. For me, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I've also done is that, I have also through an extension in Google Sheet. So I've opened a Google Sheet. I'm assuming all of you know how to open a new Google Sheet. It is simply by going to your Google account and typing in sheets.new. If you type in sheets.new, it opens a brand new Google Sheet for you, right? And there are extensions, like if you go to extensions and create add-on and get add-ons. Sorry, I'm rushing because, there's not too much time. So I want to just cover a lot, and then we can always have a detailed session later on.
Nitin bhai, you can take, 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, because first time audience is watching you, and I'm sure they'll be loving your presentation today. They listen GST from me for long, but today you can take your own time, and I would be comfortable if you can just get them some, hands-on for using AI and data analytics.
Okay, so hands-on. So then we concentrate on GPT a little bit. I'm happy to answer more questions. So I'll tell you, what I did. I GPT is great as well. So what happens is that you can ask it. What the best part is that code interpreter accepts any kind of file. So let's say I have a PDF file. Let me look for a PDF file. Let me look for. Okay, so this is a screenshot that I sent, right? So it's PVC prices for Mundra and for various brands, etc. So let's try and upload this and ask it a few questions, right? So let's see if this algorithm works, or if this works. I'm doing it for the first time. So let's see. These are PVC prices. I'll rename this. Okay, great. Let's upload the PVC prices. Let's create a new chat so that, because it remembers what you've asked before. So I'll create a new chat. I screwed up my UI, so I need to just play around with this a little bit. Excellent. For some reason my UI is screwed up. I don't know why. Just give me 1 second to eliminate any UI issues. Okay, yeah. Let's do it here only. Fine. Let's start afresh. So now let me input that for you, the PVC prices. Can you analyze the data in the image? So I can make it more. Okay, so it's saying that image it can't recognize, but it needs a CSV or an Excel file. Okay, so we can always let me see if I have a CSV or a PDF. So PDF will be able to do for sure. Let me see if I have a PDF. If any one of you has a PDF that they need analysis for, I'm happy to help. But let me see if I have a PDF. Let's see. Yeah, I don't seem to have a PDF anymore. But what you can do is that you can actually, play around with this and see what works, what doesn't work. You can always pinpoint your prompts. You can change your prompts. You can write in Hindi, you can write in English, whatever you want. You can write in English also, like we type on our WhatsApp channel, right? So you can type there and it'll be able to analyze everything. So what else do you want to hear from me? Then what I'll do is I'll go a little bit into Google Sheets, because all I've done is Excel plus AI, which you all should be using. If you have Excel data, if you have very random data also in Excel, it'll be able to analyze and it'll be able to tell you. So let's say you have a balance sheet in one column, you have P&L in the other sheet, and you have got tabular data in the other sheets, and you tell it and you ask it questions, it'll be able to give you fantastic answers. You can compare year on year. You can compare 2020 mein kya hua tha, 2021 mein kya ho raha hai, how's the company performing 2022, and finally what is my performance in 2023. It'll give you such fantastic answers with graphs, with analysis. You can actually put in your income statement and you can ask it to analyze that particular income statement also. You can put in anything you want. It'll give you analysis. Okay, you were earning a lot more in this particular sector last year, and now you can earn, you're not earning as much, or so and so forth. So it can give you analysis. So these are all examples. So you'll have to obviously work around it. So if you have 2 Excel sheets, merge them into 1 Excel sheet in different tabs and upload it here. It can obviously read different tabs in the same Excel sheet. There's not a problem. So how is AI useful for tax practitioners or advocates? I think for tax practitioners, you can again, as I said, you can analyze, your clients would be sending you returns. You can analyze all the returns automatically and give them great insights. So all of you guys have softwares which automatically calculate your GST returns, input, output for different states, etc. But imagine giving great insights to your clients that in this particular state, last year you filed a GST of 5 crores, and this year you're filing a GST of only 3 crores. And so you may be subject to departmental inquiry. So you can give insights like this to your clients. Just imagine how deep your client's relationship would be with you after that. If you suddenly tell them a lot more about their portfolio, about their business, and give them insights, right? So all of this will also reduce your grunt work that you do. It'll reduce a lot of manual work that you do. It'll help in automation of a lot of things that you do, right? And I use a lot of Google Sheets automation, and I'll show you a little bit of Google Sheets automation, right? So I won't go into too much detail, but I'll just show you a little bit. So here, I'm using a plugin of GPT, and I say, give me the names of all the states of India with a population of more than 5 crores. All I did was this, and it outputted amazingly just 10 states with a population of more than 5 crores very accurately. But now iska main karunga kya? Because I need information in a tabular format. So what I did was I asked GPT to write me a code which will take this data and put it in column G, H, and I. See, it automatically did this for me. How did it do this? I wrote a simple code. I asked GPT to write me a simple app scripts code to take in the value in cell B5 here, B5, and output in G, H, and I in this particular format. I wrote English, and I'll show you the prompts that I wrote in English, right? So I'll show you. All I did was I said, I have the following data in Google Sheets, cell B5. The states in India with a population of more than 5 crores are, this is my data. And why don't you write me an app scripts function that will take the above data and make it line wise in different rows? Please write in English. And it gave me a code. It gave me a brilliant code, right? So it was able to automate everything. And I kept editing the code according to my needs. I said, fine, why don't you split out the crores and the millions also? It was brilliant. You can actually do that, right? So it can analyze your data, and it can make amendments, and it can solve everything in a matter of seconds. Like you can see, this was matter of seconds. I didn't have to do anything manually here. It was all automated by a press of a button. All I did was press this particular button. That's it, run. And automatically it converted this data. See, I'll delete this data and show it to you again. All I did was I pressed this button, run, and it was able to populate all my data here, the first column being crores and the second column being millions. So you see, this is amazing. And what I also do in the Excel sheet is that, let's say if my portfolio moves by more than 2% in a day, up or down, or let's say 1%, or whatever trigger you want to set, it sends me an email. It can send me an automatic email that your portfolio movement is there. You may want to check it. All this can be automated. And how can you automate? Just ask GPT to write you a function to send you an email. Right? So it is so simple, and so it saves you so much time, and it gives you so much analysis. And you're able to save on manpower cost. You don't have to hire like 5 accountants doing the same thing. Like in my company alone, we were able to reduce massive amounts of headcount because I saw most of the people doing the same thing over and over again. So we were able to automate a lot of things. In fact, what we also do is that in our underwriting cases, because we give loans to clients, to SMEs, and most of the cases, what we do is that we feed in the data to an AI, proprietary AI model of ours, and it outputs that you should be giving a loan of only, let's say, 20 lakhs at XYZ interest rate. So all of this can be automated. All of this can be really, really, the world is moving in this particular direction. And all the CAs, bhai aur behan jo hain on this, if you don't use AI, I think you are risking someone else overtaking you and capturing your clients, because everything is moving towards automation and AI. And I'm telling you, if you don't do this in 1 year, it'll be even far more advanced. So you may want to, listen to a few YouTube videos, see how to use code interpreter in GPT. YouTube में सारी information है. मैं जो भी सीखा हूँ, मैं YouTube को देख के सीखा हूँ. I just go to YouTube, I type in simple that show me GPT-4 code interpreter, how to use it. And it gives me all the details. It tells me how to use it. It tells me what all to input. It tells me how to give AI a prompt. It's like just telling your personal assistant what all to do, and it gets done in a matter of seconds instead of matter of hours, right? So gone are those days where you tell the assistant to analyze the portfolio and give you a summary report. You can get the summary report in literally 1 second. Literally 1 second. You don't need more than that. So yeah, what we can do is that, I'm happy to take a few more questions. I'm happy to open it out to the public, and whoever is there on the call. Again, all of these things cannot be taught in a day. So unfortunately, 1 hour or even 2 hours or 3 hours is not enough, because I'm giving you a gist of what is available out there. But as I have learned, I spend a lot of time just researching. I just spend a lot of time just reading stuff on the internet, reading stuff on YouTube, listening to a lot of YouTube channels, and they tell you in detail. They tell you step by step by step. And, Akash ji is saying that, can you, is it possible to extract comparative data? 101%. First, in your Google Sheet, you should just set up the base data and then just upload the Excel into ChatGPT. That's it. And it'll give you all that comparative data. P by E, P, profit by sales, P by S, resistance, support. It can do whatever. You can ask it to go to the next level, right? And so, Nidhi ji, unfortunately, I'm not into real estate, so I don't know about real estate valuations, but it depends on your use case. It's all about having data in an Excel file and asking questions in English to that particular Excel file. Let me put it in that way. Right now, okay. So CV Suryam ji is saying that Excel sheets are accepted. Why Google Sheets are required? So Suryam ji, the reason why I use Google Sheets is that a far more automations can be done in Google Sheets. Excel sheets can be accepted. There is no doubt about that. Excel sheets can be accepted, no problems. But Google Sheets, you can automate. Like someone was asking, can you send automated emails? I send automated emails to myself every 30 minutes about the status of my portfolio or status of pricing of a particular commodity, because we deal in commodities all the time and we have live information. So let's say if NCDX or MCX moves up by 1% or 2%, I get live information triggers. I have in fact automated to a certain extent that on my WhatsApp, I get, that's very, very advanced in terms of technology. But on WhatsApp, I get live triggers. I get information on WhatsApp if my portfolio moves. We have automated to that particular extent. So it is all possible. Someone was asking, can you repeat the automated emails and depends on the trigger? Yes. So Divish ji, again, you can always say that, if the trigger moves to 3%, then send this particular email. 100% you can do that. So you can ask GPT in English what exactly you want, and it'll type in a code that you just have to put it in app scripts. And through you can go to app scripts by going to extension and app scripts. Obviously, go to YouTube to learn more about app scripts. I will not be able to teach you a lot about that because that's another session, and I'm happy to organize an offline something for all of you guys, because it requires hands-on. It requires you to be on your computer. It requires me to be on the computer, me to be next to you to teach you all of that. So it's not easy. It's not instantaneous, but the more you learn, the more you'll get hang of it, and the more you'll become an expert. Because right now I believe that I'm a master of Excel and Google Sheets, and I'm automated to a heavy extent. Right. So Raju ji is asking which is better, ChatGPT or Google Bard. So both of them have their own benefits. Google Bard has updated information, but ChatGPT in terms of analysis is a lot better. would you recommend some YouTube channels, step-by-step learning? There are no specific YouTube channels. Just type in it in English and you will get recommendations based on the number of views, and you should just watch that. As simple as that, RPG. Yogesh G is asking, can you show us step-by-step of how to use ChatGPT and Google Sheet? Okay, Yogesh G, I will do that. All I did was I go to extensions, I go to add-ons, I say get add-ons in extensions in my Google Sheets. I hope everyone knows how to open Google Sheets. Then out here, I can just type Sheet GPT. And I type in, I get this, and GPT for Google Sheets is what I have installed. That's it. And then once you do that, you come here and you go to Sheet GPT and say enable Sheet GPT, and enable it for you. And then you just need to type in equal to GPT and put in your prompt. So what is the weather, or what, how big is the US? Let me type in this. How big is the United States of America? Right? It'll give you an answer here itself. There you go. So it give you an answer. The land of United States is approximately 9.8 million kilometers and 3.8 million square miles. So sometimes, I want automation in my Google Sheets. So that's why I use GPT in my Google Sheets. So it's able to automate it for me. Now, can you, yes. So Jagjit, the automations that I've done in my daily life is that my portfolio, for example, as I said, if certain stocks or my portfolio moves up or down by X percentage points, let it be 0.5%, 1%, 2%, whatever you want, I get triggers. Now I have automated to the certain extent that I get triggers on my WhatsApp, but it's slightly difficult to do, but getting triggers on emails is very, very simple. Can it tell the future? No, it can't tell the future. That's unfortunately not possible. Now, financial projections we analyze for large projects, 100%. Just put it in an Excel sheet, like your Excel modeling, and put it to GPT and say analyze. Simple, right? And so people say use Tabulae, Power BI, M scripts instead of macros. See, all this becomes very, 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 very complicated. So I prefer to use macros because I'm able to do a lot of coding. Yes, you can use Power BI, etc. But for the daily usage, it becomes difficult. I'm teaching you something that GPT is able to give you an answer for easily. So Vinu Gopalji is saying that, why don't you use Tabulae or use Power BI and M scripts instead of macros? So I prefer to use a lot of macros because I'm able to customize a lot of that to whatever I need. And GPT is able to help me in customizing all of that and write code for me. So I don't have to use my mind in terms of writing code only. I know how to write code very well, but still I'm telling you, for the benefit of the larger public, it becomes very easy. Then it says, how to make RCM entries in Tally Prime. Can you explain? I don't know Tally, so unfortunately, I won't be able to help you with that. But again, all I'm saying is that you have data in Excel, basic Excel, and ask it to analyze, it'll analyze all of that for you, right? How do you set trigger for a stock? So Rajiv ji, we can always work offline, or it's something for another day. It's very simple. So what happens is that, you go here and you go to settings, and it says, you go to calculation and you say recalculation on change, or on change and every minute. So what it'll do is they'll keep calculating. Then what you can do is you can set triggers on change above a certain time. So what I can do here is I can go here, I can set a trigger. What I've done is I can set a trigger for every minute. I can say that, okay, run a particular function. And I can say time-driven function. I can say minutes. I can say run it every minute. Then what I do is every minute it analyzes the change in my Excel sheet. It analyzes the change in my Excel sheet. If a particular value is above a certain level, it will send an email trigger to me. Simple. Right? So I'm going to delete this trigger now, otherwise it'll keep running for every minute. So you can easily configure Google Sheets. So I prefer Google Sheets over Excel because of this particular reason. If I want to use Excel, then I just download. There's an option. You can go to file and you can say download to XLS. Simple. Right. So Rajivji, I hope I've answered your question, but you can always set triggers easily. Which GPT do you have in Google Sheets? Kindly show it again. Okay, Pankajji, it's simple. You can go to extension, you can go to add-ons, and you can go to get add-ons, and in get add-ons, you just need to type in sheet GPT. And sheet GPT में ये second वाला जिसका rating ज़्यादा है, 4.7 rating है. I prefer this, although both are okay, but sheet GPT I like quite a bit, right? And there are, I mean, I won't get into that, but there are APIs also that you can use, where you can customize a lot of things. I'll just show you a couple of things, what I've done. So what I've done is, and this is going into slightly advanced levels, but I'll show you. So we have a steel community. So what we essentially do is that we have daily rates for steel, like melting scrap rates and iron sponge rates. So we asked GPT to analyze this data and give a two-liner approach, and it gives you 2 lines out here. See, this is the 2 lines that I send to my clients every single day. It says steel, scrap, metallic products, including iron ore, pellets, sponge iron, are all showing a downtrend with changes ranging from minor to substantial decreases, both on a daily and long-term basis. And this is automatically generated by GPT. We are not writing it. Automatically, GPT is generating it. So these are certain very advanced versions of what you can do with GPT. It's analyzing my data out here. It is analyzing my data out here. So you can see today, yesterday, last week, and last month, what were the prices for melting scrap, for iron ore, for secondary TMT in Raipur. And it is giving me an analysis basis that. So see how powerful this is. Imagine sending this to your clients and them being wowed. This is what we do. Right? Shweta Parashar-ji, it's difficult for me to explain right now because, as I said, it's not a one-day thing or it's not a one-hour thing. It requires significant practice for you to get there. And it's important that everyone does that. So, I will now end my presentation, but this was to give you a primer, or at least, get you aware about what all there is about GPT and AI and Google Sheets and Excel in general. There's so much one can do, and there is so much one can learn, and there's so much one can experiment, right? So it's just unbelievable. Yeah, so I'll just end my presentation here. Bimal ji, please take over, and happy to answer any questions.
Nitin ji, it was so fantastic, let me tell you, and my audience will say today, I'm putting it to everyone in my chat box so that, it is everyone can see each other. Fantastic presentation. See, I'm a GST guy. Like you are a person of technology, ChatGPT, AI, data analytics. I'm the person from GST perspective. So whatever faster way you are doing in AI, ChatGPT, chat sheet and everything, I can do in GST.
Absolutely.
So now let me ask some of the question to you from a tax professional perspective. See, I could see some of the, query which I saw in a chat box. First question, like one tax professional asked that there are a lot many sections in GST law and lot many judgment. Can they use this ChatGPT for analyzing judgment?
Absolutely. So if you have a PDF from the government, you can just upload the PDF and ask it to analyze.
And what this PDF would be containing in that?
The entire judgment.
So that judgment
have a 180-page judgment, no issues. It can have a 200-page judgment.
Okay. So means depending on the judgment cited in that particular judgment, they will analyze and give the outcome.
Yes, you can ask specific prompts. You can say that, summarize this particular section for me or that particular section for me. I run a business. You can give details about your business, that I run a business of this. Now, can you give me a relevant, impact on my business? You can give a very long prompt also. So, so GPT does not accept 2 big prompts because, GPT is, so GPT के competition में एक और आया है cloud, CLAUDE2. Cloud 2 आया है जो you can put it on this chat also. Cloud 2, it's available right now in UK and US. It can be accessed through India through VPN. वो आराम से हो जाता है. But it's about to be released in India. That can accept even 200-page PDFs.
Okay.
And you can put the entire summary. मतलब you can write a page worth of a prompt कि मेरे को ये चाहिए. Detail में जाके निकाल के लेके आओ, वो सारा निकाल के लेके आ जाएगा.
Nitin bhai, next question to you. that like we are a tax professional, chartered accountant, cost accountant, company secretary or lawyer.
हाँ
We are not well versed with the coding part.
जी,
Now
तो
you were
जरूरत ही नहीं
you.
है सर, जरूरत नहीं है. आप एक्सेल में तो वेल वर्स्ड होंगे सबके सब, ऑब्वियस सी बात है, राइट? बिकॉज ऑल ऑफ यू आर सीएज, ऑल ऑफ यू आर जीएसटी प्रोफेशनल, सो एक्सेल तो परफेक्ट है. आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, एक्सेल अपलोड करना है जीपीटी में और उसको इंग्लिश में पूछना है, वो सब
Okay.
एनालिसिस दे देगा.
Okay. Now my
कोडिंग
third
की जरूरत ही नहीं है.
question to you, like in GST, like I could see that in chat box they are asking. That's the reason I'm posting those queries to you, so they are benefited. In GST, we are doing a lot of ITC matching.
Yeah,
Means whatever you purchase from your supplier, that
100%.
credit
So
should,
input output,
that,
I know that very
yeah,
well. Yeah,
credit should be available to you.
जी.
But it can be auto matched through ChatGPT or Google Sheet
So
or
I
Chat
would not
Sheet.
recommend auto matching through ChatGPT, but you can write programs. You can always, hire a person to develop a program, because this program will be all across, right? It'll be the same all across. कुछ ऐसा कोई difference तो है नहीं.
Okay.
And that program can auto match everything and work on details. So, you can always also ask ChatGPT to write you a program to auto match, and by giving it prompts, everything can be done.
Then
You
I
sit
will.
with a technology expert. What happens is that if you sit with a technology expert, वो सब बता देगा कि क्या हो सकता है, क्या नहीं हो सकता. And most of the things is possible in technology. Most of the things.
Perfect. Then Nitinji, here I would like to ask my audience to pause and just take a note of it, which I will touch base little later. That ChatGPT cannot do, can't do. I'm saying that may not be possible for ITC matching, but I will come back to you how it is possible through different means and ways. I will come back to you.
ChatGPT वो कर देगा. एक बार ट्राई करके देखिए, क्योंकि मेरे को तो मैंने कभी ट्राई नहीं किया. एक बार, why don't you give it an Excel sheet and try and do GPT matching, GST matching. ट्राई करके देखिए, maybe it works. I'm not sure.
Okay, Nitin bhai.
All a hit and trial. What works or what doesn't. GPT is something, in a few cases excellent, in a few cases it's not very good.
My
So
third
make it work.
Perfect. My next question to you, Nitinji, like, in our profession, we need to draft, reply to the so-called notice. We need to draft reply to certain letters. We need to make some time presentation also. So you have answered it, but again, I'm asking you, PPT we can't make from ChatGPT, right?
So there are other tools which will help you make a PPT, right?
Okay.
So those tools I will figure out and send it to you.
Okay.
And then you can circulate it to your audience. And replies, etc. My strong recommendation is, आपने जो past replies file करे हैं, उसको as a prompt दीजिए कि ऐसे replies मैंने past cases के लिए file करे हैं, ये cases थे. Now this is my new case, file a similar reply. Then it will do a fantastic job. नहीं तो वो अपने मन से कुछ बना देगा. So the more detailed you tell it to be, or more specific you tell it to be, it will be that specific. And by giving examples, last time I received this legal notice, a show cause notice, I replied this, which was good. And then I replied this, which was bad. So it'll automatically analyze that and give you very, very good answers. So जितना आप detail में देंगे ना उसको prompt, उतना अच्छा reply बना के देगा आपको.
But इसका मतलब ये हुआ नितिन भाई, but then whatever reply I'm getting from this particular ChatGPT, that is subject to my checking and verification. I can't.
ये करना पड़ेगा, देखिए, जब तक, because GPT कभी-कभी hallucinate कर सकता है. Hallucinate का मतलब है कि ये उल्टे सीधे, क्योंकि आपने एक केस देखा होगा कि यूएस के अंदर उसने रैंडम केसेस बना के कोर्ट लॉयर को दे दिया, उसने कोर्ट में जाके रैंडम केसेस को वो कोर्ट कर दिया और जज ने पूरी तरीके से बजा दी उसकी, राइट? तो ऐसा करता है. So my recommendation is that, whenever you're giving replies, obviously checks and balances have to be there, but आपका काम बड़ा आसान हो जाता है. एक बेसिक चीज तो उसने करके दे दी. आपका काम, आपको थोड़ा इधर एडिट करना होगा, उधर एडिट करना होगा, या आपको पता चल जाएगा कितने हद तक अच्छा है.
ओके. Now my next
क्लरिकल काम जो मयूर जी लिख रहे हैं वो सारा हो जाएगा, खत्म.
Got it.
तो मैं कर चुका हूं अपनी कंपनी में, पूरा क्लरिकल काम सब लोगों से खत्म करवा चुका हूं.
Okay. So Nitin ji, next question to you: how it transformed for you? You were doing certain other work. Now you transformed yourself. What makes you to draw all these reference?
You have to keep up with technology, and if you don't keep up with technology, it helps that I'm a computer science engineer. Then I did banking for 7 years. Then I was in business for another 7 years. Now recently, because when AI came into play, I was very clear that हमें business में AI का impact लेके आना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो हम बहुत पीछे रह जाएंगे. क्योंकि बाकी लोग आगे निकल जाएंगे. सो आई वांटेड टू हैव द फर्स्ट मूवर एडवांटेज ऑफ यूजिंग एआई इन माय बिजनेस. एंड मैं अपना एआई बॉट बना चुका हूं. एंड ऑफ बिजनेस मंडी ऐप है हमारी, जहां पे आपको 1 लाख प्राइसिंग मिलती है ऑन अ डेली बेसिस फॉर ऑल द कमोडिटीज. उसमें आप हमने एआई अरेंज किया है जहां पे वो बोल सकते हो आज चीनी दिल्ली में क्या भाव चल रहा है, वो आपको दिल्ली में चीनी का भाव बता देगा. इतना हमने एआई इनकॉर्पोरेट कर दिया है इसके अंदर. राइट. आप पूछोगे कि गेहूं गेहूं क्या रेट चल रहा है अलवर में, वो आपको गेहूं का रेट बता देगा अलवर में. राइट. सो फॉर ट्रेडर्स एंड बिजनेसमैन. राइट. सो we are now going to be working with audit companies and so on and so forth to give them this purchase data historically and give them AI on top of my data so that they can analyze and or do audits of purchases of their respective clients very easily. So this is what we're doing.
नितिन भाई, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा कल this AI and data analytics create lot of employment is a big issue.
नहीं जी, ऐसा मेरे को नहीं लगता है. देखिए, जो अपने आप को अपस्किल करते रहेंगे, मेरा ये मानना है, वो ऊपर जाते रहेंगे. सो डिवाइड डेफिनेटली क्रिएट होगी, बट दिस इज द टाइम टू कीप अपस्किलिंग योरसेल्फ. तो वो सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट की बात आ जाएगी, जहां पे जो अभी भी चल रहा है बट अभी थोड़ा सा ज्यादा एक्सेलरेट हो जाएगा. जो ज्यादा अपने आप को अपबीट या अपकीप रखेंगे इस टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ, वो ज्यादा ऊपर तक जा पाएंगे. I mean, their skill set, if your skill set is 2x of the other person, suddenly with AI, your skill set will be 20x.
So you mean to say that we are moving from manual to automation and digitization?
100%. 100%. At a very rapid pace. You can't even imagine the rapid pace. At a very rapid pace.
Then we can say that over a period of time, this employment opportunity in India, which is little, alarming issue. अगर सारा एआई इतना डेवलप होगा, सारी चीजें होंगी, तो मैनुअल वर्क खत्म. लोगों की जो
आपको लोगों को अपस्किल करना पड़ेगा टू फाइंड आउट न्यू स्किल्स. सी वर्ल्ड विल इवॉल्व. देखिए, जब कंप्यूटर आया था, बड़े सिंपल सी बात है, कंप्यूटर 90-95 में आया था. 1990-1995 people did upskill themselves, right? Didn't they?
Right.
They did upskill themselves. So people the AI is also going to be disrupting, but I believe people will adapt to it. देखिए, changing world order में adapt करना जरूरी है. कोविड के लिए भी हमने adapt किया ही है सब लोगों ने. Right? We adapted to COVID. It was a horror show for everyone, but we adapted. The world moved on. Similarly, AI के साथ adapt करना पड़ेगा. And आपको impact दिखेगा. ये बहुत जल्दी दिखेगा. 6 महीने में impact दिखेगा और लोगों को upskill करना पड़ेगा, unfortunately.
एक चीज और पूछूं नितिन जी. I'm asking audience first, then I'm asking you.
Sure.
Audience, this question to all of you. We all are tax professionals, right? But we need upskilling ourselves, right? You say yes in a chat box. Do we need or not? Say yes and no in a chat box. If you also write. That is what this question to all of us, right? So everyone is saying yes. And this particular webinar which we are doing with Nitin ji is just towards that direction. Now my next question, Nitin ji, if at all we want to have some customized program for ourselves, maybe we can do 6 weekend or 4 weekend, depending on customized program for the tax professionals. What maximum they can do in their daily life, which can add and upskill their their skill set. Will you be interested to take us through? Of course, it can be paid program, it can be free program.
Be very interested, because I am also interested in sharing my knowledge. So I am one of the people who loves to share knowledge, and knowledge अपने पास रख के मेरे को कोई ज्यादा वो किक नहीं मिलती है. मेरे को knowledge share करने से किक मिलती है. So I am one of those people who loves to share knowledge.
नितिन जी, एक चीज बोलूं, जो देता है ना उसे ही मिलता है. मैंने तो लाइफ में ये देखा है.
बिल्कुल.
The person who is willing to give, he gets more, because ऊपर वाला देख रहा है ना.
तो जयदीप जी, कोई अनप्रोफेशनल क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहते हैं, पूछ सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
जयदीप, पूछ लीजिए आप. कोई क्वेश्चन आपके माइंड में हो तो. मैं आज कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दूंगा. मैं खुद नितिन जी को सुन रहा था, तो आज मेरी कोई प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं है. आज only I wanted to listen to him. That's the reason I'm with him today. But Jaydeep, if you want to ask, you can ask. That's okay.
So, Bimal ji, we can always, have a customized program. I'll discuss with you separately. We can always have a customized program where we can include some judgments. We can include certain points जो आज निकल के आए हैं, and उसको एक देख सकते हैं कि कैसे हम उसको लेके आ सकते हैं. In terms of helping the entire CA community, advocates community, and so on and so forth.
Okay, okay. तेजस बार बार मुझे love you लिख रहा है, बोल रहा है सर आप reply कर दो. तेजस, thank you very much. मेरी जो audience है ना नितिन जी, मेरी audience क्या है ना, इतना प्यार करती है ना, ये audience.
I can see that.
now they are going to love you now, because the way you present it, I'm damn sure they must be mesmerized today, and they will start upskilling themselves. My
Yeah, that's
audience,
very
please
important.
please say in a chat box, it was really powerful presentation. मेरे लिए तो mind boggling and eye opener. Do you all agree? If yes, say compliment to Nitin ji. He deserves big appreciation from all of us together.
No,
So
thank
right,
you. Thank you, Bimal ji. It was my absolute pleasure.
complimenting word for Nitin ji, because he has taken out his time, and the way he has presented within 1 hour, he has given a food for thought that we have to transform ourselves. We have to upskill ourselves. We never thought of that. एक नितिन भाई क्या होता है ना, एक हम ना एक प्री मैनुअल एक तरीके से चल रहे थे, हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं हमें लाइफ को चेंज करना है. Today's webinar, personally for me and for my audience, I don't know, personally I'm telling you, it is a transformation in my thought process.
Sir, यही होना चाहिए, because I'm telling you, I attend so many AI programs, और इतनी तेजी से दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही है ना, it's not even funny. This is, मतलब ये मैं कह सकता हूँ कि I have not seen the world move this fast ever in my life, ever.
Oh, that's great.
So this is the time when if you don't transform, you will be left far behind. If you transform, you will be far ahead. My father is 65 years of age, and I take sessions by explaining GPT to him, explaining how he can leverage, and he's a hospitality professional. So मैं उनको बता, and he's a CA as well, वो भी CA है, right? So उनके साथ बैठ के मैं उनको guidance देता हूँ, तो he also feels amazing.
That's great. That's great. My 2-3 questions, then we will sum up today. Nitin ji, we are not into technology. Let me tell you, this is what a real background today. We are not into technology. Even for doing activity on Excel, we do not know many features, many add-on features. If at all, we have to really start from somewhere. If you can just give 2-pointer, 3-pointer to start from here and do little bit this much.
एक ही pointer है, YouTube पे जाइए और लिखिए बिगिनर एक्सेल ट्यूटोरियल, बस, और कुछ नहीं करना है. एंड वहां से आप हर हफ्ते कम से कम 3 घंटे डिवोट करिए यूट्यूब पे सीखने में. एक साइड में यूट्यूब चलाइए, एक कंप्यूटर पे, दूसरे कंप्यूटर पे, सबके पास 2 कंप्यूटर होंगे घर पे, ये मैं दावे से कह सकता हूँ, मेरे पास तो 3 है. तो एक कंप्यूटर पे यूट्यूब चलाइए. अगर बड़ी स्क्रीन है तो मेरे पास इतना बड़ा मॉनिटर है बेसिकली, राइट? सो आई शो यू, दिस इज माय सेटअप एट होम. सो आई हैव अ मैसिव मॉनिटर एट होम.
Okay.
सो मैं मॉनिटर को कंप्यूटर के साथ अटैच करता हूँ. एक साइड पे यूट्यूब चलता है, एक साइड पे मेरी एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन चलती है. सो माय स्ट्रॉन्ग एडवाइस वुड बी दैट 3 घंटे हफ्ते में आप जरूर निकालिए. मैं तो ज्यादा ही निकालता हूँ. मैं बहुत पढ़ाई करता हूँ, एंड माय लर्निंग इज close to about 1.5 to 2 hours a day. It's not 3 hours a week. It's 1 to 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours a day.
Okay.
Right? And अगर आप ये निकालेंगे, I'm telling you, you will be far ahead of others.
नितिन भाई मैं तो करूंगा for sure. I'm telling you, I will start at least 2 to 3 hours per week. Is not a big time. Definitely I will try out.
विमल जी, ये अभी मेरे को देख के पता चला, कोई लिख रहा है कि आज GST GPT आप अपना खुद का मॉडल बना सकते हैं. I'm not kidding. अपना खुद का मॉडल बना सकते हैं, जहां पे क्लाइंट्स अगर सवाल पूछ रहे हैं तो ऐसा होगा कि बिमल जी अपनी नॉलेज बेस में से उनको आंसर दे रहे हैं. ये मॉडल, ये हम भी बना रहे हैं बाय द वे. हमारा कमोडिटी जीपीटी ऑन आवर डेटा सेट. तो आप एक बिमल जी जीपीटी बना सकते हैं या जीएसटी जीपीटी बना सकते हैं. यहाँ पे आप जीएसटी के सवाल अपने ऑडियंस आपसे पूछेंगे, तो यू आर 1 पर्सन, राइट? अब किसी को अगर 50,000 लोग आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहें, so you will not have time to reply to 50,000 queries. So you can create your own GPT model.
Okay.
Where people ask you questions.
Okay.
And it's like Bimal ji replying.
Oh, great. Then I
will show you one more thing that you will be very amazed. So मैं आपको दिखाना चाहता हूँ.
Yes, please.
जो हमने परसों ही लॉन्च किया है, तो मैं एक बार और शेयर स्क्रीन करके दिखा देता हूँ.
Yes, please.
हाँ जी, बस एक सेकंड, मेरा WhatsApp लोड हो रहा है.
Not an issue. We can wait. We are free, and today, let me tell you, Nitin ji, I'm really thoroughly encouraged, thoroughly motivated. I really want to take it further in my career as well. Even though
I am glad. So मेरा WhatsApp लोड हो रहा है, तो जैसे ही WhatsApp लोड हो रहा है तो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ.
Not an issue. I'm just waiting.
मेरी स्क्रीन आई होप सबको दिख रही हो.
Yeah, it's visible. It's loading your chat 100%, showing 100%.
So यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा स्लो है, but
not an issue. Not an issue. We can wait.
So you can see this is completely generated by AI. मतलब हमने कुछ किया ही नहीं है. आप एक बार
Okay.
सुनेंगे तो अगर वॉइस आ
Please,
रही होगी
please.
तो बढ़िया है, वॉइस नहीं आ रही होगी तो देखते हैं.
नहीं, we can.
मैं सबको शेयर कर दूंगा, ऐसे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. तो
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. You can share with me. I can share with my all tax
हाँ,
professionals.
मैं एक बार डाउनलोड करता हूँ. 12 MB है तो थोड़ा पता नहीं क्यों स्लो हो रहा है.
Not an issue. We can wait. We can wait. जिसको पाना है ना उसे वेट करना पड़ेगा.
सबसे पहले चर्चा करते हैं प्रोडक्ट वाइज मार्केट सेंटिमेंट्स की. फ्लैट स्टील प्रोडक्ट्स जैसे HRC, CRC और PM प्लेट्स की डिमांड में एक पॉजिटिव ट्रेंड देखा गया है. आपूर्तिकर्ताओं को महीने के दूसरे हाफ में अपनी प्राइसेस को मेंटेन रखना होगा, जो खरीदारों को संभावित कीमतों में बढ़ोतरी से पहले मटेरियल को सुरक्षित करने के लिए प्रेरित कर सकता है. मेजर इंडस्ट्री प्लेयर्स स्ट्रेटेजिकली इस कदम को ले रहे हैं ताकि चली आ रही मार्केट अनिश्चितता को हैंडल किया जा सके और अधिक से अधिक खरीदारों को आकर्षित किया जा सके, जिससे एक स्थिर मार्केट वातावरण बना सके. ये कदम पैनिक लाइक स्थिति को कम करने का प्रयास है जो कि डोमेस्टिक स्टील मार्केट में FY24 के पहले क्वार्टर से चल रहा है.
तो ये एक छोटा सा वो था जिसमें हमने ये एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था और हमने इसको बस स्क्रिप्ट दी थी. इसने वॉइस जनरेट करी खुद से हिंदी की. इसने अवतार अपना बनाया. हम कस्टमाइज अवतार भी बना सकते हैं. तो हम अपने एक बंदे को, मतलब जो हमारा कंपनी में काम करता है, उसका अवतार बना रहे हैं. बिल्कुल ऐसा लगेगा कि जैसे वो बोल रहा है. हमने एक्सपेरिमेंट कर लिया, बिल्कुल ठीक चल रहा है वो. एंड आपको लगेगा ही नहीं थोड़े टाइम बाद कि AI बात कर रहा है. इट विल बी लाइक अ रियल पर्सन टॉकिंग. एंड इससे हमारा, बिकॉज वी हैव 500 commodities, we need to generate about 15 to 20 videos a day. This will help us generate in 1 hour max all the 15 to 20 videos. और पहले हम सिर्फ 2 वीडियो दिन में निकाल पाते थे.
Oh, great.
So imagine the difference AI is going to make, and this one per video हमें 10 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं लगता. And this video we have got a YouTube channel also, and that it's going to be all AI generated, everything AI, and और उसको हम realistic बना देंगे. हम अपनी वॉइस को ट्रेन कर रहे हैं. जैसे इफेक्टिवली मैं बोल रहा हूँ या मैं अपनी वॉइस को ट्रेन कर सकता हूँ, तो ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि नितिन बोल रहा है उस वीडियो में. सो या, सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी आर डूइंग, एंड वर्ल्ड इज मूविंग वेरी क्विकली अहेड.
Great learning, great learning. I must admire and must be thankful to you. The way you presented, you have just opened up our eyes and ears and everything today. See, technically, law-wise, yes, I can interpret everything, but technology upskilling, it is important for our in career as well. So that is what the path you have shown today. I am thankful to you, and I'm sure.
I'm thankful, sir. Thank you.
I'm sure all the participants would be thankful to you for today's this particular program, and this video would be going to be uploaded on our YouTube channel, so you can watch Nitinji later also. Today I have not spoken on GST, but this video would be there on our YouTube channel, so you can watch it. And further, we can discuss with Nitinji to create some customized program for all of us together. So maybe we can chalk out fortnight program or monthly program after talking to him. Once he give us the confirmation, we will circulate the same to all the audience together. Then whole India. Today might be we have got only 200 plus around, but then next time whenever we are joining, we would be 1000 plus. Am I sure? So I'm looking yes from the all audience. Am I sure? And believe me, 8 to 9 in the evening, and I'm sure Nitinji, you will get good audience from tax professional. And मैं तो अभी भी आपसे कह रहा हूँ, I'm thinking where I am. ये ना, we are in old age. We have to really transform ourselves.
ये करना पड़ेगा जी, because पढ़ाई के अलावा और कोई आगे रास्ता ही नहीं है. आप सबको पढ़ना पड़ेगा कम से कम हफ्ते में 3 घंटे ना, उसके बिना मुश्किल है. मैं बता रहा हूँ जिस हिसाब से मैं देख रहा हूँ दुनिया को ट्रांसफॉर्म होते हुए, अलग लेवल पे ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन चल रही है.
Thank you, Nitinji, and so much talking to you. Soumya, do you want to say something? Vote of thanks to Nitinji in person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Nitin, sir. Thank you so much,
much.
Bimal, sir, for your knowledge, for your expertise. Nitin, sir, covered every aspect. Nitin sir showed us how practically upload on Excel and analyze data points for clients, and how to save much time, how to make investment portfolio in a merger salary. सर ने दोनों एस्पेक्ट्स के बारे में बात करी, पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट के बारे में भी और नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट के बारे में भी, कि डेटा रिस्क लीकेज के बारे में, कि डेटा रिस्क आपको अपना पर्सनल डेटा नहीं डालना है, ये रिस्क है. AI for tax practitioners, how to learn and how to capture basically AI on a daily basis, and how to adapt. कोविड को भी हमने अडाप्ट किया, कंप्यूटर्स को भी टाइम से हमने अडाप्ट किया. हमारा क्वेश्चन बहुत था, सबसे पहले भी हमने पॉइंट डिस्कस किया और बिमल सर ने भी इस बारे में बात करी कि क्या ये मैन पावर को और ये जॉब्स को तो नहीं ले लेगा. तो ये बहुत कंफ्यूजन थी. तो सर ने बोला कि जैसे हमने कंप्यूटर को अडाप्ट किया, टाइम के साथ इसे भी अडाप्ट किया जाएगा, और टेक्नोलॉजी को चलाना सीख जाए या फिर टेक्नोलॉजी हमें चलाएगी. जैसे सर ने बात करी कि टेक्नोलॉजी को तो हमें चलाना सीखना ही होगा. सर ने बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर दिए, एंड दिस वाज इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस थे. थैंक यू सो मच नितिन सर, थैंक यू सो मच बिमल सर फॉर दिस सेशन. Being by seeing in the chat box, I assure you that people are enjoying this session and learning a lot. So with this, I want to
just नितिन जी, हम लोग आपको कोई मोमेंटो तो नहीं दे पा रहे, but from the core,
they're absolutely not necessary, I believe, and just sharing is caring, I believe.
From the core of my heart, we are wishing you best
Thank you.
wishes at all time. You should have successful career, and along with you, take us along.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Bimal Ji.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.